Hey everybody, and welcome back to another X-Plane 11 stream. I haven't been on for a little while, and there's a good reason. I've changed my internet provider, and I've gone from like a 5 megabyte speed to a 50, and the upload is a lot faster as well. So I finally have decent internet. So with that said, I get to do a little bit more streaming. Music down here. Hope you guys can hear me. Hope you're all keeping well. So we're on the ground here at Exeter. This airport is brought to us from UK 2000. An oldie but a goodie. It was over in FSX and P3D, and it recently got updated and ported over to X-Plane 11. I like it so far. Really cool. So our plan for today, what we're going to do, we're on the ground here at Exeter. We're going to head up around Stonehenge. We're going to see if Orbx has, I haven't flown over there yet, so I want to see if it's modelled, and we're using the update, I think it's version, or SP1 rather, for Orbx True Earth Great Britain South. It was about 3 gigs of a download. A lot of new points of interest were put into it, so really looking forward to that. And then we're going to tip down here to Southampton just to land, so a nice kind of VFR flight just to see how we get on. I have World Traffic 3 working, slowly but surely. Adds a bit of traffic, just keeps us on our toes, I suppose. And I'm happy to say that that's working out fairly well also. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump down into our plane. I'll show you what we're going to fly with today. Our plan is then taxi on out and head up towards Stonehenge. So our plane today, we have the Cessna 310L. This is from Digital Replicas, and it's from the X Aviation store. I've been looking at this for a while. I was thinking, right, will I get this one or will I go for the, I think it's Milviz one, and this is cheaper, so I said, look, I'll give it a shot and see what it's like. I didn't see too many videos with people streaming it, so I said, hey, let's give it a shot. So as you can see, the texture work, the modelling, the use of PBR, some of the paint work here on the side makes it really look rustic and kind of worn out. It's an old aircraft, but it's very functional. It flies well. It's great fun to fly, and for under 30 quid, it's not bad at all. The avionics are a bit of a challenge, alright, be it the GPS or the autopilot. Bit tricky to figure it all out, but that's what you like. You like a bit of a challenge with these things. So it's very well modelled, nicely done, I have to say. You have a menu down here in the bottom left. Just bring your mouse down. You can bring up your autopilot controls, and you'll say what, but we'll talk through it now in a few minutes. The Novomatic 400, so we'll have a look. It comes with performance charts, always handy to have. Full checklist. There's also a printable, I think it's a PDF that comes with this as well. Really handy. And we can set our weight and fuel. So if we want, we can get some animations going here. Open all these doors. As you can see, over the engines or at the back of the engines, we have a baggage door here at the rear, and then the entrance into the cabin. So fuel setting, bring these guys up to 30 in the tip tanks, 15 in the main. You have an option here for the cockpit glass that'll help you with your FPS if you're struggling just a bit. And also you can select no GPS, the G430, 530 or dual system, so we can hop inside and show you what these look like. So here we are. We're using the 530 as default, but again, if we bring up this guy and throw him up there for a second, so you can have no GPS, the 430, the 530 that we're using, or you can have a dual system. So I'm going to go with this just for the sheer crack of it. Get this guy back down here, close up these doors. All looking good. So yeah, even inside the aircraft, nicely modelled. Again, decent use of PBR and reflections. Just a nice place to sit, really. So we'll get our controls set up here. Alrighty, so we can remove our static elements and our chocks just by this yoke holder here, or the your flight control lock. Everything should be rosy on the outside, which it is. Okay, so what we're going to do, we can hide the yokes. We have lift guards here, our main guards, so we can lift that somehow, get our batteries on. Bring our alternators on, get some lights going. Want to go down to our fuel tanks. So left to main, right to main. It explains here how to do it as well, so you can't make too many mistakes. And get this guard up here as well, so we can turn on our mags. So set our mixture to rich, bring our prop to full, small push on our throttles, quick look around. The window opens here as well. Cool, huh? Okay, so we can get our fuel pumps on. And we can prime the right engine. Make sure our beacon light is on. Okay, clear prop. Good start on the right. Go ahead, prime the left. And start the left. Okay, we got a good start. So avionics can come on. Fuel pumps off at the moment. We're in the UK, so VFR is 7,000. $240,227. Which is about there. Let's see. Strobe lights leave these off for the minute. Pitot heat can come on. Leave our strobes off for the moment. Fuel tanks are good. Autopilot, leave that alone for the moment. Everything seems okay here. So we got our weather radar here as well. Now what I want to do, this is showing us over to Southampton. We could probably leave that in, but what I want to do is get our tracking up to I think it's Boscombe. So we'll put it direct into, I think it's EGDM. Looks good. Get our headphones on here as well. Okay, I think we're good to go. So we'll jump outside, do a quick flight control test. Ailerons left and right. Up and down. Cool. Alrighty, so bring our RPM up a little bit. Brakes can come off. Get our taxi lights on. Quick look around here because we have traffic. No ATC at the moment. That's another day's another day's work. So with Exeter, the one that came with Explain, the gateway one, it's not bad. Like it's nicely integrated with Orbx, but I do like a lot of the stuff from UK 2000. I just wish they'd upgrade their store. Like it's a little bit awkward when you're buying from them. Like you're bounced from one website to another website, and it works fine though. Like there's no issue. There is one thing on this I haven't figured out yet. With the flaps, if I use the normal buttons I would assign the flaps to, which in most aircraft it's fine, like. That's about right. With most aircraft it's fine, but it'll use them only incrementally, which means if you have the Marchetti, it's kind of like this hold switch, but for some reason it won't work for me. Really annoying. So it just means you gotta kind of mess around with the flaps yourself. So we're gonna follow this Dash 8 along here. This is a challenging plane to fly, mainly because I'm just not used to any of the avionics and the navigation, but it's still great fun. And the performance of it is quite good. Don't taxi off the grass. So yeah, so as I was saying, new internet's really fast, which is fantastic. I went about streaming a couple of days ago and even uploading a vid, and to put things into perspective, when you have slow internet, it's real awkward, because even like a 5-minute video could take 3 to 4 hours just to upload, which, you know, kind of takes the fun element away. If you were doing a stream, it's not too bad because everything links through with Twitch and it's fine, but I'd lose so many frames while streaming. You get all this kind of buffering, and it was just horrible. So really happy with my speeds. We probably don't need the entire runway, but we won't taxi out in front of him, because I'd say he wouldn't like that. Give us a chance to do a run up down here as well. We'll jump in here to do our run up. Okay, park and brake on, mixture to rich, bring up RPM. Good. We can test our magnetos here. Cool. Mag test is good. It is a pretty plane. Okay, get some strobe lighting on here as well. Keep it at 15 miles, good enough for me. Okay, we'll sit tight here just before we depart, get a good look around. Great sounds in this plane. Okay, as we approach the runway here, have a look out to the left and right. All clear. Kind of clear. There is a function for the world traffic radar. Get this guy up. Do. Uh-huh. Okay. Once he clears the runway, we'll be jumping on. Okay. Thought I saw someone there, but we'll get out ahead of them. Okay, flap set. Lights set. Okay, let's boogie. So 80 knots. Positive right. Gear coming up. Bring our flaps back in. A little bit windy, but nothing too much to worry about. follow the road out this way. So what's been happening in our little world of X-Plane? Number of updates to the Coronado and Alabeo fleet, which is always good to see. And I think the Coronado are working on a few more updates as well, namely I think there's one coming out for the B1900 and the Cessna Caravan. So I'm looking forward to seeing them updated. The Alabeo stuff, the Mooney's been updated, the Cardinal and the 207 as well. So I've updated them, they're flying well, they're behaving themselves, so I might do something with one of them. I do like the Mooney, it's one of my favourite GA planes to tip around in. So this is the latest addition to my sim hangar, and I have to say I like it, it's a fun plane to fly. So with the update to Orbx as well, just a lot more polishing. They've added a huge amount of points of interest, and they fixed a lot of tiles, and also the optimization here is, I found a huge increase. I'm used to getting about 40-45 frames give or take on my settings, and it's now the high 50s to almost 60. It's almost hitting 60 frames now, so that's always good. So we bring up the autopilot just to have a look at it. So we can go altitude mode. Well, hey, don't want to do that yet. So essentially what it'll do, we can set a heading, which we're going to do, which is going to be 079. Which is around here. There we go. So our pitch here and our heading. You can follow an omnidirectional range, mainly for your VOR. You can bring up the X-Plane map. If we really want, we could track a VOR station here, but we're just going to go past that. So I'll have a quick look over here at our temperatures and pressures. Bring our prop back a smidgen. EGT is okay. Cylinder head temperature is fine. Oil pressure and temperature is fine. Manifold pressure is grand. Probably give it a bit of oomph here as well if we want. So yeah, so we have the lovely Orbx outside, everything working fine. It's great mesh here as well, like the hills. Nicely done. Looks fantastic. Torch here works. It's not bad at night time either. We'll when we look past Stonehenge, we'll probably go to night time with our approach into Southampton. One thing I will say, the activation that you can do, or the way you can activate your aircraft from X Aviation, it's not nowhere near as tedious as the Sassel stuff. You just got to put in your username and your password, or whatever it is, your email address and your password, and it activates, and it reminds itself every, I don't know, couple of days, and you know, you put it in and you're grand. What I found on my system, for whatever reason, a lot of the planes would keep asking me to reactivate them, which is a problem because once you do it so many times, you run out of activations. You got to get onto the developer, explain to them what's going on, and it pretty much leaves you without being able to fly your plane until they get back to you, which isn't great. Now, seemingly a lot of that has been addressed in the new Sassel updates. So yeah, I like the whole idea that you can just activate the whole lot and away you go. So our flight is actually going to take us up by Yeovil, then we're going to hit Gillingham, fly slightly north of Salisbury, or Salisbury, and then we'll be going over Stonehenge. I drove around here 2 years ago. We stayed in Yeovil, and yeah, it's really nice if you get the chance to all this down this neck of the woods around England. It's beautiful, especially in the summertime. Get these lights off, leave our strobes on, it's enough. So as I said, this plane, the Digital Replica Cessna 310L, there's not an awful lot of exposure with it. The Milviz, that's a 310R, I think. The interior is a lot different, so the glare shield in the Milviz, it's more squared off, and you've controls on this side. So this model is much older, like it's from the 1960s. It's upgraded in parts, but it's very well put together. Like, this is the first aircraft Digital Replicas have done. I'd like to see more from them. It's very well made, well put together. I haven't seen that autopilot system in anything else we have in X-Plane, so it's really nice, and the sounds are fantastic. Now, I don't know about your man, he doesn't look he doesn't look very happy there, but those eyes. He's concentrating. It's great work done with the texturing, the modelling. And it is cheap, like, I mean, the Milviz is 40 something, this is 20 something, it's almost half the price. So that should be Yeovil here. What way do people talk in Yeovil? Yeovil? That could be completely inaccurate, I don't know. Yeovil Airport. Bring up our little map here. Looks nice, doesn't it? Have a look around the cockpit here. A little bit stuttery, just loading in some scenery. Main tanks, tip tanks, outside air temperature. Everything looking okay. Oh yeah, these guys move as well, which is pretty cool. Such a difference Orbx makes to your sim. It's unbelievable, isn't it? the Orbx stuff is great, don't get me wrong, and I've seen what Forkboy has done with some of the US stuff. I downloaded that yesterday. Did I mention I have new internet? So I can download all this ortho scenery stuff that I had all of Ireland and the UK, pretty much all of Europe, and a lot of the Western US covered, the West Coast. So now with the new stuff coming in from Forkboy, it is Forkboy, isn't it? Oh, I haven't butchered that. Let's have a look. It is Forkboy. 30 gigs just for the Midwest. So I have downloaded it, so I just got to install it. Like that. I must go, must do I must do some more US flying as well. I think it's like there's a lot of people doing it and stuff. I like flying around the UK with Orbx. Just so much to see. Like today, I just thought of it there now. It's what Stonehenge looks like. So it should be interesting to see. Orbx are working on US stuff now as well. Really hope they do one for Ireland. That would be awesome. This would be Gillingham. The odd little stutter every now and again, but it's to do with loading in scenery. So, as I was saying, Service Pack 1 with Orbx Great Britain South, it's about 3 gigs. They've added hundreds of new points of interest and they've tidied up a lot of their scenery. So hopefully we'll see updates coming to Central and North. We're not terribly far now. So getting a heading read if we turn it left ever so slightly. And bring up our autopilot. Yeah, that's not going to work. It's about right. Full disclaimer, I haven't a clue how to use this thing. I've looked at it briefly. I can half work my way around it. I did a bit of VOR stuff the other day just to figure it all out, and it works. It's really, really good. But for the purpose of this video, I'm not even going to try it. In fear, I'll make a complete mess of it. So, if you're just joining us, we're flying the Digital Replica Cessna 310L. It's available right now. We're flying over England using Orbx True Earth Great Britain South Service Pack 1, just released there in the last week or so. Our flight has seen us take off from Exeter and we're going to head up to Stonehenge, and then we're going to swing around to the right and head kind of southeast, heading for Southampton. That is what we're going to do. So what we're looking for, Stonehenge, is going to be off over this direction in a couple of minutes. it'll be hilarious if I fly up here and it's not actually modelled. Never thought of that. We'll just look out this window and find something completely different. Oh look, it's a tree. Okay, that's what we do for plan B, if all else fails. This plane is a lot of fun to fly. We'll fly by here. A little bit choppy, just loading in some scenery. I think we'll be okay. How's that looking? Yes. The odd micro stutter is appearing. That's I'll do a bit of housekeeping with my settings after a while. But I hope the quality is good enough for you guys. I want to be looking over here somewhere. Okay, so we will be passing a river. So we want to be heading out left. Autopilot. Kind of 060-ish should do. It's only when you realise, dude, clean the windows. Okay, bring our speed back. We could probably disengage our autopilot here for a second. So it should be slightly over here. There we have it. There is Stonehenge. That's awesome. They have it modelled. Okay. We'll do a bit of flying around here just to see what we can see. Sorry guys for the stuttering. Wonder why that is happening. Cool. Okay, there's our sightseeing done for Stonehenge. Pretty cool looking, huh? Okay, let's get some altitude here. Gonna speed back up. Fuel is okay. Okay, so we're gonna go direct to Southampton. E. This will be Murphy's Law now. We'll just like bury into something. Okay, let's trim it out here slightly. So E, G. H, I. Activate that. So I'm going to swing here to the left. Okay, we must test out the nighttime lightings here as well. There we go. Strobe lighting working nicely. Autopilot back online. So we want to be heading for this way. It takes a bit of getting used to, I'm not gonna lie to you, and it definitely kind of jumps and jerks around and stuff, but it's only a matter of kind of getting used to it. Okay. So these are the internal lights. See the strobes going off here as well. Got a flyby as well. So the strobe is actually up on the tail. Good illumination all around, looks quite convincing. Down here we have a dome light as well. Your cabin lights back up. Oh, we can drop the dome lights. And then you have these flashlights here on the side. Nice handy feature. Alrighty, a couple of minutes away from Southampton. Go ahead, get our landing lights on. Plan is here, I'm going to turn right, come around with the harbour and back on up through the estuary. Something like that. So we can disconnect our autopilot. There we go, my airplane. just beneath her wing there. Okay, increase our prop speed. That'll help slow us down. I have noticed that the harbour has better modelling with the new service pack. It was a bit bland the last time. All the containers and all that lit up now, cranes are there. Looks pretty cool. Deploy some flaps here. 15 degrees. 120. Bring down my landing gear. Stadium below us there, St. Mary's, I think, home of Southampton. Bringing our flaps down. Speed around 100. Flap set, lights okay, gear down. Let's hope there's no planes on the runway. There's a plane on the runway. Okay, well, watch our time coming in and he should be gone by the time we get there, I hope. I'm sure there's more tinkering and tweaking I can do with World Traffic 3. I've only just reinstalled it, only to add a bit of immersion. The skies have been empty, so flying in the sim is getting a little bit boring. I don't do an awful lot of stuff online with network stuff yet, but I will soon. I have to say the lighting is fantastic, isn't it? going for the second exit. We were a little bit high, but we can correct that now. Look for 2 white and 2 red. Runway is still not clear. I hope he moves quick. He's moving. He should be illuminating the ground here shortly. Which should be here. Watch our speed, 80 knots. Begin to flare. Little stutter, we don't worry about that. Center line. Gently down 1 wheel, 2 wheels, and we're down. Our stutters are a little bit annoying. Little push in our manual braking. And our taxi lights on here. Yeah, that stuttering is really annoying, guys. Sorry about that. It's need to figure out what's causing it. Bring our flaps up here. Our landing lights off. I'm gonna head up to the right here. Welcome to Southampton. So I suppose the disclaimers, it's a plane I'm not very familiar with. I'm crap with the autopilot, like just disaster. But that's the whole fun of Sims and X-Plane in particular. You can you learn it, like you'll figure it all out. I'll just spin it around here. All right. Park and brake is set. Get our taxi lights off. Get our headphones off. Yeah, they're really annoying. Nav lights can come off. Bring our prop back. Avionics off. And bring our fuel down. Engines off. Bring our mags off now. Alternators can come off here as well. And then battery. Cool. Welcome to Southampton. That was fun. It's a great little plane, this. Need to learn a lot more about it. I have to learn how to fly it. I hope you guys liked the video. I'll be back on probably later and tomorrow again, now that I have internet. If you're on the fence of picking up this plane, I hope I've done it some justice. It is a nice one to fly, and the you can see the reflection work here and some of the details on it. Like, let's look at that. Really nice. I think it's great value. So until next time, guys, look after yourselves. See you